What's going on, guys? Frost here, and I'm back with another video. Today we'll be talking about the defensive item changes, and I'll be telling you guys what I think about them. First off, starting with the new item that's already live, the Deadman's Plate. This item is insanely strong right now, and even in the next patch, when the armor gets nerfed from 55 to 50, this item will still pretty much be your main item armor-wise to buy, constantly. It gives you 600 health. This is the most health out of all the non-Warmox defensive items. And with the incoming nerf in health and armor to Randuin's, this item will step up to replace it. Simply because the passive on this item is insanely strong. The movement speed allows tanks, whom are generally slower, to be very quick. Also, it gives a 75% slow on the first auto attack, whilst giving extra AD on that auto attack as well. However, you will lose your stacks in the process with this. But as I just said, this is only the first auto attack, so you can throw spells all day without losing your stacks. Then for the new Sterak's Gauge item. It gives 500 health, plus 25% base attack damage, and a Primal Rage passive that triggers upon taking 400 to 1800 damage based on level within 5 seconds, and it lasts for 8 seconds. Primal Rage offers you an additional 25% base attack, adding this up to 50% total, and a rapidly decaying shield for 30% of your maximum health. Now, I'm not so sure about this item. I can see it being useful on some champs, like Mundo maybe, but then again it doesn't really offer you any resistances, only health and damage. So I'm not sure if this item will be worth buying at all. Next up, the new Titanic Hydra. This item gives you 400 health, 50 AD and 100% base health regen, plus a passive that scales with max health in damage. And also an active that scales with max health and damage as well. Now, I think that this item will be so broken on certain champions like Mundo and Tahm Kench that actually use their auto attacks quite a lot and stack mainly health. But I think this item will be one of those items you will buy as a final item in your build, after you've already stacked up a solid amount of health. Because without some items that increase your health, I don't think this item will do much. But just imagine combining this item with Warmox and Deadman's Plate. You will deal so much damage. Then next up for Randuin's. This item is getting a pretty big nerf, lowering the health by 100 and the armor by 10. But now it reduces crit damage by 10%. And the active is now a solid 4 seconds. Now with this nerf, Randuin's has just been replaced by Deadman's Plate in all of my builds, because it offers you 200 less health than the plate and only 10 armor more. Besides, that plate gives you more mobility and extra damage, and this will pretty much always outdo the Randuin's. Randuin's will only be good in situations against high damage crit champions or crit focus champions like Yasuo or late game Trist or something like that. So I'm saying this now, I'm replacing Randuin's with Deadman's Plate, always. Then for Frozen Heart, the cost got upped and the armor got reduced by 10. This is fair for this item because it's been really cost effective for a long time, and with these changes it's still gonna be an item that you're gonna buy, just because of the passive and the 20% cooldown reduction it gives. It's still insanely effective and will just, it doesn't really matter, they just made it a bit more fair price wise. Then for Thornmail, this item is pretty interesting now, as it might actually be stronger than it used to be, but I will have to test this out, so I will let you guys know about this item on a later date. And finally, ZZ Rot Portal. This item is actually really interesting now, since with both the 60 armor and 60 magic resist this item gives, it is the best resistance item to buy for one item slot. So it might actually be worth picking this item up just for resistances in the future. But I will have to experiment with this item a little bit more to see if it's actually worth buying or not. The rest of the changes aren't that big, as they are tweaking the MR items to generally give you more value of the item. Then they are nerfing items that were focused on buffing teammates with the passive, and they're getting some price tweaks. This will not affect too many items that much, it mainly just affects Aegis and the items it builds from, because it now gives you less buffs to your team. So yeah, those are pretty much all the changes they made to the defensive items for patch 5.16. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to hit that like button right below this video. If you want to see more videos from me, hit that subscribe button, if you haven't done so already. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!